Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, let's talk about blended marriage and how to handle them the right way. A blended marriage occurs when one or both spouses bring children from previous relationship into a new marriage. While blended marriage can be beautiful and rewarding, they also come with unique challenges that requires wisdom, patience, and intentional effort. Let me tell you a true life story. It's a composite of a story based on recurring realities seen in blended marriages. The names I will be mentioning are not the I'm mentioning are not the arena. When David and Grace got married, both of them were coming with a history. David had a son called Daniel from his previous marriage. Grace also had a daughter called Esther from her previous relationship. They loved each other deeply and believed that marriage would give them a fresh beginning. At the wedding, everybody celebrated them. Both, but nobody told them that blended marriage is not simply two adults falling in love. It is two families learning how to belong to one another. During the first few months, everything seemed fine. Grace treated Daniel kindly. David did the same with Esther. But they tried to create one happy home. Then the small thing began. One evening, Grace corrected Daniel for speaking disrespectfully to her. David immediately became defensive. Please don't talk to my son like that. Grace was shocked. I am not attacking your son. I am trying to teach him, David. David replied, he is not your biological child. Let me handle him. These words changed something in Grace's heart. A few weeks later, Esther made a mistake in the house. David corrected her firmly. Grace became defensive. Don't treat my daughter like that. Suddenly, the marriage had developed an invisible line. My child, your family, my family. The children began to notice. David discovered that whenever he complained about Grace, his father protected him. Esther discovered that whenever she complained about David, her mother protected her. And it continued that way. The children had unknowingly learned a dangerous lesson. If we play our parenting against each other, though we can get our ways, but the couple arguing more frequently, their disagreements were no longer husband to wife disagreement. Their disagreement has gone beyond the husband to wife disagreement. It has now become the argument about children, about money, about discipline, about school, about decisions, family tradition, inheritance, attention. Eventually, David began spending more time with his son, while Grace became emotionally closer to her daughter. They were married under one roof, but they were gradually becoming separated. They were operating as two separate families living in the same house. One night, after another heated argument, Grace said, Grace called on David and said something that frightened the both of them. I don't think I can continue like this. There was a silence. Then David asked, what happened to us? Grace replied, we got married, but we never learned how to become a family. That sentence became the turning point. They sought professional marriage counselor and family counseling. The counselor helped them to understand something they had missed. The problem was not that they had children from previous relationship. No, that was not the problem. The problem was that they entered a blended marriage without building a new family structure. So They were taught to stop competing for their biological children, that they should stop competing for this is my child, this is your child, and start building a shared family identity. They agree on common rules. They discuss discipline privately before correcting the children. They stop using phrases like your child and my child during conflict. So they respected the children's previous relationship with their biological parents, but at the same time, they also created an intentional one-on-one time with each child while protecting their marriage. So it helped them, and most importantly, they protect the marital relationship to the extent that David and Grace learned that being loyal to your child does not require being disloyal to your spouse. Can you say it? Being loyal to your child. Maybe you are in a blended marriage. Being loyal to your child does not require being disloyal to your spouse. Over time, the atmosphere changed. It wasn't perfect. There were still difficult days. There were still emotional wound, loyalty conflicts, and moments when the children tested boundary. But the adult had changed. They stopped asking, whose child is this? They started asking, what does this child need from this family? Years later, David said something that stayed with me. Our greatest mistakes was that we think that love alone will blend our family. We discovered that love needs structure, love needs wisdom, patience, and intentionality. So, one of the biggest mistakes couple make in blended marriages is assuming that love alone will automatically unite everyone. They always think love alone will unite everyone in the blended marriage. But the truth is that blended family is a process, not an event. It takes time for relationship to develop and trust to grow. First, prioritize your marital relationship. The foundation of every successful blended family is a healthy marriage. Your spouse should not feel like an outsider in the home. Children benefit most when they see unity, they see respect and cooperation between their parents. Make time to communicate, to pray together with the children, maybe of your wife, of your husband, and support one another. Point number two, be patient with the children. Children may experience fear, confusion, and sadness, or even resentment during the transition. They may not immediately accept a step parent. Avoid forcing relationship. Instead, build trust gradually through kindness, consistency, and genuine care. There is an adage in Yoruba that says "Agbomojo lomo moju." That means the one who cares for the child is the child will get to know. So number three, establish a clear rule. A home without a structure experience unnecessary conflict. Discuss expectation with your spouse and present a united front that is consistent. And that's the kind of a consistent rule that creates security, fairness for everyone in the household. And number four, avoid comparison. Never compare biological children with stepchildren. Comparison creates division and emotional wound. Every child deserves to feel valued, respected, and loved for who they are. Even the child that your spouse is bringing from her past relationship or from his past relationship. Number five, communicate openly and respectfully. Blended marriages often face misunderstanding. Encourage honest conversation without judgment. Listen carefully to concern and seek solution together rather than assigning blame. Don't assign blame and say, it's because your past husband, your former husband did the wrong thing. He did not train the child well. No. Respect existing bond. Children should never be pressured to choose between biological parent and step parent. Healthy blended family respect existing relationship while creating a new one. So you must respect the relationship they had before. You must respect what they felt about their parent, their former parent. And number seven, seek help when needed. There is a wisdom in counseling, mentoring, and family education. Many challenges can be resolved more effectively when couples seek guidance before problems become overwhelming. So remember, successful blended families are not built overnight. They are built through patience, love, forgiveness, consistency, and commitment. The goal is not to create a perfect marriage, a perfect family, but to create a healthy family where every member feels safe, feel valued, and loved. As scripture reminds us in the book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 3, it says through wisdom a house is built and by understanding it is established. May every blended family be strengthened through wisdom, understanding, and God's grace. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube page so that you get a family insight that will help your family relationship. And also, before I conclude this teaching, blended marriages can thrive when handled with wisdom, with patience, and intentional love. In this video, you have discovered practical principles for building trust, strengthening your marriage, and helping your children to adjust and to create a healthy family. So if you have a blended couple around you, can you just send this video to them? It might help them to ease the tense in their marriage, learn how to overcome common challenges, and build a united home that flourish. If you are in a blended marriage, don't be ashamed of the complexity, but don't underestimate it. A blended family need more than romance. It needs boundaries, communications, united in parenting and emotional safety, patience and deliberate family building. And couples must understand your spouse is not your child's enemy. Yes, if you are in a blended marriage, can you say that my spouse is not my child's enemy? Your stepchild is not a threat to your biological child. Your biological child should not become a weapon in marital conflict. And most importantly, do not allow yesterday family wounds to destroy today's marriage. A blended marriage can become a beautiful family. A blended marriage can become a beautiful family, but it must be intentionally built. Don't just blend the household, blend the heart, value boundaries, and value vision. I remain your friend, Emmanuel Olusegun Adeleke. If this video has blessed you, like I said earlier, please subscribe to my YouTube page and make sure that you like and share with others. God bless you.